Good morning, fellow Plexers. This video will be a short one going out to Maude in the Plexaholics group. She's having trouble with her Plex client apps and is trying to figure out if it's her server or the client apps. At first, she spoke about her Sony Android TV, which is a 2017 or 18 model. And I thought that was going to be the issue. But now she says it's the same issue on a Fire Stick and her Xbox. And I really don't know the age of those devices either. And this is an issue. Sometimes people will use the first gen Fire Stick from 2014, and that's just not modern enough. I don't know anything about gaming systems, but maybe it's the original Xbox. And a Plex client app is going to age out on every device eventually. So the best way to troubleshoot this is a couple things. Send me some screenshots, first of all. Go to the web app. This is a Chrome web app. Instead of opening up my web browser and signing into Plex for the web app, I've made it a Chrome app so it opens in its own window. So it's just Google Chrome. So go there, click on settings, and I'm going to change to one of my public domain test servers. Let's see the version you're running. Are you running the most stable version? So send me a screenshot of that, and then let's see, where else do I want to go? I want to go up to Plex Web General. I'd like to see the version of the web app you have. And then I'd like to know if everything is normal in the web app, if the interface looks normal. So this is going to show my regular server, unfortunately. So let me drop down to, that test server for the movie library. So if all this looks normal in the web app, but not any of the Plex client apps, that's evidence that the server's okay and all the client apps are old. So also let me know what year each of the devices were purchased in. That'll be helpful. But the real test is to do this. Let me open up a new window of Google Chrome. It all opened off screen. Let's just search Plex downloads. Okay, downloads. So here we change from the Plex Media Server tab to the Plex tab. Now this is a Linux desktop, it's Pop! OS, so that comes up automatically. But if I click down, you can see that there's the Plex Desktop and the Plex HTPC Client app. Install them both for Windows. Do not get them from the Windows Store. Download them separately and install them if you're using a Windows device. I've never used a Mac computer, so I know nothing about that, but there's a version for Mac too. With Linux, it's a Flatpak app. So you really need to be running a distro that runs Flatpaks. And you get these from the FlatHub store, which is listed right here, or it's a snap under Ubuntu too, so that's fine. All right, so let's show both of those. So this is the Chrome web app. And this is the Plex Player app for Linux. Let's see which window it'll open up under. My main screen. So you see this is actually the same. It's the same interface as the web app. Now the HTPC client app is a full client app for a desktop computer or a laptop. And the benefit over this from a web app is it's got a great player engine in it. The web app is great for managing your server, but not for playing media, especially high-end media. 4K media and anything with a complex audio track will transcode off your server when played on the web app, whether it's played locally or remote. So this is the best app to use with a PC or a laptop, whether it's Linux, Windows, or Mac. So if there's no changes here, chances are it's not a server issue. So put this on your computer and maybe watch a TV show or something when you can on your computer or laptop and just see if this stabilizes. Other than that, if you can get an app to revert to how it should work, and then it reverts to an older version of Plex server like you're describing, take a picture of each and post them so myself and others can see what the differences look like. We might be able to spot something right off just based on the pictures versus the descriptions. A picture is worth 1,000 words, they say. So this won't be too long, but this is it. This is the best way to troubleshoot this issue, because this Plex HTPC client app, I can guarantee you, isn't going to change no matter whose server I'm connected to. And I guess that brings me back to the last troubleshooting step I can offer you. Now, this is just a public domain server. Let's see. Oh, that's my watch list. So I cannot get in trouble with YouTube by showing any of this media on this server, like I might be able to if I showed my default server. As a very last troubleshooting step after the HTPC client app, you could create a new Plex user, and I could invite you to one of my 2 public domain servers. So on one of your devices, you could clear the data fully on the Plex client app, sign back into it with a test Plex user account, a new one that you created, and that test user account would be given permission to one of my public domain servers. And if everything looks normal there, then that would be evidence that there's something going on with your Plex server to make the client apps look funky. But I've never heard of that happening before. And if it's happening to you, I'd actually like to know why, to see if I could recreate it myself, because that would be quite interesting. But so that's the 2 ultimate tests: the Plex HTPC client app, and I could invite your new test Plex user to one of my test servers. But again, you'd have to wipe everything on one of your client devices just inside the Plex app. Like if it's a Fire TV, you would go inside and clear data and cache. And then you'd sign into the test Plex user to then see how it looks on my server. Okay, that's what I have for you, Maude. But definitely send me the screenshots of the version of the web app, the version of the Plex server, and the models of your devices and the year they were manufactured. That'll help solve the mystery and get us pointed in the right direction. Thanks for watching, and happy Plexing.